Hi everybody, it's Kim from Expressions of the Universe with your weekly wisdom for May 27th through June 2nd. And we're on the precipice of the full flower moon in Sagittarius. And I picked cards for each of the signs to see what we have to focus on. So I wrote a really great blog this morning about this full moon. It's extremely powerful. As you know, the sun is in Gemini. That is of the thinker. It's all about communications. And the full moon is in Sagittarius, which is its opposite sign. That's how full moon works. And wherever the full moon is, opposite of that is the sun. It's a tug of war between our minds and our hearts. So with the full moon being in the 4th house, it's all about the hearth and the home, our nest, the place that we like to say, I'm home, or that we experience our sanctuary and our creature comforts. And so I go into a little bit of detail, a lot of detail about that. The full moon will be exact on May 29th, which is Tuesday, at 8 degrees Sagittarius, at 10:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The sun will be at 8 degrees Gemini. And so what this is saying to me, with Gemini being in the 10th house, that's about career, social status, getting ahead, and it's opposing that full moon in Sagittarius, which is hearth and home. That's where our hearts are. I really feel that a lot of us are going to have a shift, leaving the rat race, wanting to leave the rat race, to come back to the home, come back to ourselves, and to find that sanctuary within ourselves. Maybe it's just me. I've already been feeling this energy for quite some time, and so I'm ready to dig in. This is all about getting our homes beautified so that we can invite our friends and our family in, and that they can also be comfortable and enjoy your space as much as you are enjoying your space. I have to personally tell you, with this kitchen renovation that I've got going on, that I will hopefully finish this long Memorial Day weekend. Thank you for all who have served us here in this country. You know, my house is a bit of a mess, but that also portrays what could possibly be going on with inside of me. I know a lot of other philosophers and psychiatrists or psychologists say when you see clutter around, it's an indication of what's going on inside of you. So with that being said, I know that I haven't really been focusing on things that I need to, and so I'm going to take a little bit of a social media break, a little bit of a diet, if you will. We'll see. I need at least a week of no social media. I'll set up some posts, you know, to post out there for the week, and we'll see how it goes. But I have plans of not turning on my phone. I'm going to keep the emergency on in case my family needs me, but that's about it. I really need this break. I need to come back to myself. I'm already feeling that energy. So the cards that I picked for you for the week, I will get to your personal sign cards. I have In Between Worlds, and this is telling me that we're still 1 foot in one project, 1 foot in another. This is 1 foot in one world, 1 foot in another. I really kind of feel this. This is about transitions. This is leaving a place and going to another. I'll get into more detail on this tomorrow, on Monday. Then for the middle of the week, on Wednesday, I have No Place Like Home, and it's reversed. So it's interesting, this is coming right after the full moon, where everything is about the hearth and the home. And what this is saying to me is sometimes we need to do something different. If we're doing the same thing over and over again and we're getting the same results, it's time to switch things up. because if no matter how you twist it, doing the same thing, going to the same places is not going to change the situation. So that was a pretty interesting card to pull. And then for Friday, it's a change in the wind, but it is also in reverse. And this is saying that a change is brewing within us, and it's coming, and it's completely out of our control. There's nothing that we can do about it. And it's not always a bad thing when a change is happening. Sometimes we need to have that little bit of an upheaval to get us moving in the direction that we need to move in, because we stay stuck. We like to be comfortable. We like things to remain the same. And that's kind of like what this card is also saying. When things are remaining the same for far too long, nothing new will come into our lives. Nothing new will happen. You're just going to keep getting the same thing over and over again. Now, the crystals that I chose for this week were sent to me from a viewer and a friend, Erin, who celebrated her birthday this past Thursday. So happy birthday, 3-degree Gemini. And she is the Chronic Crystal Mermaid. She gets some really beautiful crystals. You can visit her page, Chronic Crystal Mermaid. I know she's on Instagram. And she also posts these gorgeous crystal grids at the Namaste Today Club. And that's Chris Witecki's little club. But these Charoites, I can't ever say this, Charoite, these are going to be my crystals for the week. These symbolize transitions, and that's what I'm seeing happening. But the quality of the stones that she can get a hold of are just amazing. The prices are fantastic, and she really just made some beautiful grids. So thank you, Erin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that, and I love to see your beautiful grids every single day. So let's get into the cards for each of the signs. Now, you're going to want to pay attention to not only your sun sign, but your rising sign, and you might even want to take a little bit of advice from the moon sign, since these cards are for the full moon. Keep in mind that the theme of this full moon is all about the hearth and the home. It is about, changing our beliefs, the number 8. It's also about prosperity and abundance. But I feel that we're going to come to some sort of decision on the beliefs that we are believing in, and the way, the place that our heart is going in. There's going to be a lot of shifts and changes and transitions. So let's see what the cards hold for you. So for Aries, I pulled Treasure Island, and it is in the reverse position. And this is talking about poverty consciousness and a sense of not having enough, casting a shadow on your path. These ideas and core beliefs come with a high cost. Do you really want to proclaim yourself a victim of disappointment and failed expectations? Or are you avoiding success because you will grow tall, so tall that others will want to cut you down? Or is it possible that you're caught in a fear that you will lose what you've already acquired, so that you hold on so tightly that you miss the opportunities to expand? You're being challenged now to change the way you see the world and to move from a perception of limitations to a perception of abundance. Take a risk, for you have nothing to lose except your confinement in a prison of your own making. Open the door and find abundance waiting for you to claim it. Taurus, we have message in a bottle. This is also reversed. Are you refusing to acknowledge the signs because you want things as you want them? Red flags are not pretty decorations for you to admire. They are warning you for a reason. If something doesn't sit right with you, trouble could be hiding in the bushes. Don't ignore the signs. Spirit always has your best interest at heart and will draw your attention to what you're overlooking. And what's interesting with the aspects, we have a grand trine in water for the next couple of weeks. I mention and write about it in my blog as well, about how we all need to pay attention to the signs that are coming, because our intuition, our antennas are on high radar right now. So all of us could be having really freaky dreams, running into serendipities and coincidences. I always say there's no such thing as a coincidence. People, places, songs, numbers, animal totems. Pay attention to everything right now, because this is a very, very intuitive and psychic time that we all can pick up on. Gemini, this is regeneration, also in the reverse position. Endings come in many forms, and now is the time to stop holding on to what must die, so that something better can take its place. Nature's cycles include disease, decay, death, and regeneration. Let whatever isn't working in your life die. Don't be afraid to face the facts. There is no need to struggle or grieve. Whatever your question in life, just let it go. You're about to be reborn. And that's really interesting, because I contemplate letting everything go all of the time, but I hold on because of fear, and me taking a social media break is kind of like me letting go and taking care of that. All right, for Cancer, we have the Observer, also in the reverse position. And so what this is saying to me is, ever think sometimes your life options are suction cupped to your face and you can't see beyond yourself? There's a big world out there, a multitude of potential realities that you're unable to perceive at the present time. So you're a little stuck, possibly. It's time to get advice from someone you trust, someone who has a better perspective on your circumstances. Other points of view are needed now before you move forward. Take heart. A beautiful vista is waiting for you to drink it in. You just need a little help widening your scope beyond your small little self. If you notice that a lot of these cards are reversed, it's because we need to work on a lot of different things. There are things that we need to let go of during this full moon, and I think that that's what this is symbolizing. Although there are a few upright cards in this reading. All right, so for Leo, you get the first upright card, and that is Higher Power. And this is really good, especially with the Grand Trine in water, our psychic antennas on high. This is saying that you could possibly have conscious contact with a higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, and committing a partnership with spirit. This card reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul, and you're gifted with human life through which a higher power can express itself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit and foster it through prayer and meditation. You may also want to ask, what is the highest good for all? How can I serve? Then get out of your own way and trust that there is a plan for your life more wondrous than you can ever imagine. You are always protected and divinely directed. That's a really good card for the Leos. All right, so for Virgo, I have Flexible, but it's in the reverse position. And this is saying when you or someone else becomes too rigid, you lose the access to growth and an untapped potential, and find yourself in an us versus them scenario. It's time to loosen up, Open your mind and your heart and see if a more flexible approach feels better. Rigidity will set you up for a fight where there are only losers and no winners. Could you find a way to bring about a result that is mutually beneficial to all parties? Meet in the middle. Spirit makes a great mediator. So what this is saying to me is, this full moon, you may not want to make some changes. You're going to have to be a little bit flexible and change some things up so that, you can flow within this life. And this is also indicating to me is that the people around you may be arguing with you because you are so not willing to change your ways. Well, you got to. You have to be a little more flexible, Virgo. Libra, this is a tough one also. This is blessed, and it's in the reverse position. Humility is called for now, as grace is an unearned gift. You didn't gain this by your own desires or actions. To be who you need to be, you can no longer do what you did. In a way, you have to hit rock bottom, and what is required now is nothing less than total surrender. Then you will be blessed. So it's time for you to throw up your hands, give in. Resistance is futile. You need to go with the flow, and then everything will come together for you, Libra. Another interesting card for Scorpio. You get Y, and it is also in the reverse position. This is saying sometimes subconsciously denying the truth might drive you toward a specific outcome that actually aligns with an intention hidden from your awareness. For example, you may want to be prominent in your profession, but your desire is not really about sharing your talents, but about making yourself feel better. Because fame would cause people to admire and approve of you. Or you may want to reunite with a partner who rejected you because you believe that your love continues to be strong. But deep down, what you really desire is to have the last word with that person. Now's the time for deep soul searching of the why that drives your choices. What you uncover will set you free and bring you ever closer to the happiness that you truly seek. All right, Sagittarius, this is your full moon. So you are the shining star in this event this week. And you get serendipity, and it is upright. And this is saying opportunities are aligned with readiness, the awareness of synchronicity, luck and good fortune are appearing as signs and symbols, and a magical alignment of events is on its way. You've stepped into alignment with the greater good, where your dreams and the collective dreams resonate in exquisite harmony. Now is the time for luck and preparation to meet and create miracles that you could never have planned all by yourself. This is a great card, Sagittarius. Take advantage of it. If you are a Sagittarius rising or a Sagittarius moon, you also get those benefits. Capricorns, you get exchanging gifts, but this is also in the reverse position. And this is saying be careful what you pray for because you just might get it, and then realize that you don't want to face the hefty price tag that comes with it. You may find yourself in a situation you've always desired, but know that you will have to, sorry about that. I lost my place in my notes. Let me start over. So Capricorn, exchanging gifts. Be careful what you pray for because you just might get it. Then realize that you don't want to face the hefty price tag that comes with it. You may find yourself in a situation you've always desired, but know you will have to walk away from or even fail at it because you can't or won't pay the dues it asks of you. If you want to be a famous musician, you have to practice your craft every day. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to be responsible for managing the money and paying the taxes and the bills on time right now. Even a windfall bears a cost. It's okay though, because Spirit will help you achieve balance over time. Another message here reminds you that being only the giver and not the receiver plays out in many relationships in your life where you find yourself in a victim mode or in a codependent dynamic or holding on to a false sense of control. Others may push you to continue to prove yourself. The time has come to distance yourself from this kind of imbalance. Being aware of the need for both give and take is the first step to your true destiny. It's all good and getting better. Not only can you handle this, but you can flourish as a result of it. Glad I went back and read all those notes. That's pretty good for you, Capricorns. I know a lot of Capricorns that give way too much of themselves and they don't allow for that space to receive. They just let people keep taking. I'm thinking of one Capricorn in particular, and if you're intuitive and you're picking up on this, let me know, and I'll tell you if you are correct. So let's get on with this for Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. The card that I chose for you is Truth Be Told. This is about honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. So this is saying there is a truth, which the essence of a thing, and then there is a truth that is subjective according to the philosophy of the believer. Well, what does that mean? This is not a time for debate about which truth is truer. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your own truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is, peeling off the layers of denial that keep you tied to an illusion will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and Spirit will answer your call with miracles. So this is really saying to me, Aquarius, whatever it is that you want, you need to shout it out to the universe. You need to shout it out to your employers and your friends and your lovers, your husband, your children. Stop taking their crap. Tell everybody what it is that you want so that you can get it. No more passive aggressive shit. All right, Aquarius, it's time to get real with yourselves. And finally, we have Pisces. So Pisces, also Cancer, Scorpio. We've got a grand trine in water for 2 weeks. This is your time to shine and take advantage of your home energy. So Pisces, I chose Yang. It's in the reverse position. And this is saying, be mindful of the tendency toward impulsive action, being overconfident and aggressive behavior. Think before you act, lest you find yourself in a situation that will lead to uncomfortable consequences. Be sure you really want what you're chasing after, because you might be sorry when you get it. The appearance of this card isn't cause for fear, for life is all about learning lessons. Practice temperance, diplomacy, and thoughtful consideration before making a move. All right. So I know that, a lot of Pisces, they get walked on so much by other people, and then they let it boil and boil and boil within them, and then they explode. A lot of water signs do that. This is saying, don't let yourself get to that point. You know, don't do any explosive action. Don't do anything impulsive. So, but sometimes when you get into that mode, you can't turn off those impulses. All right, so that's all I have for you for this full moon. Please read the blog because I think it's really good. Has a lot of information about, you know, numerology, grand trines, this full moon, the different energies, what we can do. There's a little feng shui in there as well. I kind of liked it. So until next week, thank you for watching this. You know I appreciate and love all of you every single day. I'm always sending you peace and blessings. Until next week, bye.